welcome. Let's pick a perfect outfit for your very first day at work. Option 1, a cute poofy princess dress. Option 2, a hot slit dress that screams confidence. Option 3, a professional polished look. Obviously I need something elegant. Woo! Hey, I'm Avery. Wish me luck because today is my very first day as an intern at one of the city's biggest companies. I just hoped I'd make a solid impression and maybe even click with a few people. But half an hour later, I was already standing in front of a crowd, my nerves buzzing like crazy. I smiled, bowed a little, and honestly wished I could rewind life back to being a clueless high schooler. To calm down, I headed straight to the coffee machine. But the moment I turned around with a full latte, I almost crashed right into someone. Watch where you're going, newbie. I ducked my head, stammering apology after apology while dabbing at the coffee stain on her shirt. Holy guacamole, my first impression was toast. Wait, Avery? Huh? Jasmine? You've got to be kidding me. You actually work here? Well, technically, I'm just an intern. A big difference. I've been here a year already. Come on, let me introduce you to everyone. And just like that, the coffee mess was forgotten because my old best friend was suddenly back in my life. Jasmine and I were inseparable in high school. No secrets, no filters. That night, she even invited me over for a sleepover like the old days. Face masks, flipping through yearbook photos, laughing until midnight. Having her back felt like finally having an ally I could trust again. But by day 2, the internship was already turning into a nightmare. Rumors spread fast about some girl in our department who'd once flat out rejected a guy for not being attractive enough. He was a little overweight, and she just said it straight to his face.
Brutal. Could it really be Avery? She looks so sweet.
Shh. My throat tightened. That had actually happened.
Will you go to prom with me?
We don't match. Look at me, and then look at you. But how did they know? That was supposed to be my secret.
Well, if anyone wants a shot with Avery, they'd better be on her level. Like, I don't know, maybe Boss Skylar?
It was fuel to the fire. The girls around me started whispering louder, throwing me side eyes. Then, my boss Skylar walked in. Tall, sharp, the kind of guy who looked like he belonged on a billboard.
This is an office, not a high school cafeteria.
Everyone scattered back to work instantly, me included. I kept my head down, wishing I could vanish into thin air. Later, Jasmine texted me to relax because rumors flew around daily, and people forgot just as fast. You're gorgeous, Avery. That's bound to spark jealousy. Don't worry, I've got your back. Her words calmed me a little, and I decided to thank Skylar properly. I showed up at his office with a Starbucks cup, hoping I'd guessed his favorite. Hi. I just wanted to thank you. I was about to get roasted alive by all those whispers, and you saved me.
You didn't need to.
But I already did, so guess I'll head out.
Wait, Avery.
He stood up from his desk, walking toward me, and that's when I noticed the slight limp in his step. Maybe that's what kept him from chasing a modeling career, but we weren't close enough for me to ask.
Forget the gossip. Focus on your work. Good luck with the internship, and thanks for the drink.
He smiled and my heart just bloomed, but I couldn't shake the weird deja vu like I'd seen him somewhere before. Oh, maybe just a random encounter. Small world, right? That evening, I stayed late while Jasmine had already gone home. By the time I packed up, the office looked deserted.
It's late. I can drive you home.
I nearly jumped out of my skin, then sighed in relief when I realized it was him. For one split second, I almost said yes. I mean, handsome boss offering me a free ride? Tempting, but reality hit. Thanks, but my Uber driver might get jealous.
Get home safe.
And yeah, that was a lie. But I knew if I looked too cozy with him, the rumor mill would explode again. The bad luck didn't stop there. A week later, during lunch, Jasmine suddenly dropped her spoon. The group chat was buzzing non-stop. Avery ran away from home in high school. She even stayed in a foster home. And this time, they dropped my name. I could feel their eyes on me. People who once praised me as the prettiest girl were now stepping back like I was some ticking time bomb. A high school runaway was shocking enough to convince them I couldn't possibly be the good girl type. The worst part, the rumor wasn't entirely wrong. Back in high school, when Dad remarried, I couldn't accept it. So I bolted and stayed in a foster home for a while. They only knew half the truth and twisted it until I sounded like some reckless troublemaker. I hadn't told a soul, except Jasmine. I stared at her across the table. She was scrolling on her phone, munching fries like nothing was happening. I told you, you're too pretty. That's why people notice you. You'll get used to it. I didn't answer. Hold up, do you seriously think, Avery, do you really think I'd stoop that low? Panic gripped me. My mouth opened, but no words came out. Wow, good to know what you really think of me. And she stormed off, leaving me frozen while the whispers grew louder. Cool. 10 days into my dream job, and I'd already ruined the only friendship I had left. That night, I lay on my bed staring at the ceiling, replaying it all in my head. The more I thought about it, the more I realized my secrets weren't national treasures. Anyone could find them out and use them to tease me. Jasmine wasn't guilty of anything. I was just desperate to put the blame on someone. The next morning, I showed up at her place with my best puppy dog face. You hurt me, Ave. Like, a lot. I know, and I'm sorry. Can we just hit reset, like Control-Z for friendship? She let out a small laugh and the tension melted. I could finally breathe again, sort of. Because at work, nothing had changed. Smiles to my face, whispers behind my back. By the time I stepped into the elevator that night, my throat burned from holding everything in. One more second and I was gonna lose it. Then the door slid open and Skylar walked in. I bowed quickly and pressed myself into the corner. Silence filled the elevator the whole way down. But before the doors opened again, he handed me a neatly folded handkerchief. Such a simple thing, yet it hit harder than any pep talk ever could. I sprawled out on my bed watching Noira's videos to take the edge off. Suddenly, a notification popped up from an unknown number. Do you want your biggest secret exposed? My body went cold. Before I could breathe, another text came through. The accident. Hands shaking, I called the number, but it didn't go through. Whoever was out there, they knew. They knew about that night. It was pouring rain on the empty highway, the kind of storm that made the world look like static. I'd just gotten my license, still giddy with pride, squinting through useless wipers. Then bang! The car jolted like I'd just rolled over a giant tree branch. But when I glanced at the rearview mirror, I saw... I wanted to stop. I wanted to check, but fear strangled me until I did the dumbest thing ever. For weeks, I barely slept. Every police siren made me flinch. But time wore everything down, and eventually, life felt normal again. I set my phone down, eyes drifting to Skylar's handkerchief. Memories tangled together. The mirror that night, his limp. Could it be? Could he have been the one? Was he just waiting for me to confess? Was that why he always felt so familiar? I couldn't take it anymore. I texted him directly. We need to talk. We met at a quiet cafe, and the second he sat down, words tumbled out of me. It was me. That night, the rain. I've carried this guilt for years, and...
What are you even talking about?
Your limp. It's from that car accident, isn't it?
My leg? Oh, no. That's just a gym accident.
Well, that was awkward. But I couldn't stop there. I went straight to the police station to confess, only to hear...
We have no record of any accident on that highway that night.
They pulled up old traffic camera footage. After all those years, the truth finally came out. I had run over a mannequin that had fallen off a garbage truck. Right there in the station, I broke down crying like a kid, tears of pure relief.
Then who's been spreading all those rumors?
And just like that, his question yanked me back to the past. To that stormy night when, panicked and shaking, I drove straight to Jasmine's house. Back when we were still so close, we didn't hide anything from each other. Skylar drove me straight to Jasmine's apartment. She answered the door still in a bathrobe, yawning. What's going on, Eve? It's midnight. Skylar? Why are you here too? How long were you gonna stab me in the back? That story, only you knew it. No one else. No one.
Hold on. I think there's a misunderstanding. Why would Jasmine even do that?
Ask her. Jasmine's face turned bright red, her voice rising. Yeah, ask me. Ask me why I wanted your life to fall apart. Because I hated you. All through high school, I was always second place behind you. And when you came back to work at the same company and Skylar started falling for you again, I couldn't take it. Do you not remember? Of course you don't. Why would you? You were the popular girl. He was just the overweight quiet guy who dared to ask you to prom. You rushed him. That pain is what changed him. Pushed him until his leg broke. Huh? And suddenly the memories hit me like lightning. Skylar was that boy, the one who once stood in front of me and said,
I like you.
That's why he'd felt so familiar.
I thought you'd never recognize me.
I wasn't cruel back then. I wanted you to love yourself before you loved anyone else.
Turns out I did, and your rejection was the push I needed.
Jasmine collapsed into sobs. No matter what, she'd still have to face the police for spreading rumors that destroyed people's reputations. As for me, I quit the job. Walking away didn't feel like giving up. It felt like finally taking back control. Months later, I crossed a busy street and bumped into someone. Skylar. Same warm smile, same uneven steps. But this time, there were no secrets left between us.